Good morning. It's Saturday. This is for all the fucking people that think I'm going insane. Or I went insane. I put my own through shit. I fucking broke my shoulder, but then they want to do an MRI on my brain. So I'm going through the processes of kind of the behavior ward thing. But yeah, I got sectioned by police the other day, but no, they were gonna give me probably go to jail for PCP. They don't like what happened with my brother. So I'm kind of going through the same thing he went through, except on myself. I blame myself. Pulled a PUD, which is in reference to misuse of two or more substance. Oh boy, I went deep in the paint the other day. I was trying to get rid of the pain because I can't afford to go to the doctors. I don't have health care. I don't have Medicare. It's all getting stripped and gutted. But I'm going insane. The incompetence level of people has declined since 1930, early 30s. Like it sucks that I state facts and histories, and then everybody thinks I'm fucking going insane. I got two hands, a fucking heart, and a fucking brain. Yeah, I'm going right through the coordinates, this, that, the other. So they were more worried about my face because I fucked up. I went onto somebody's property. I was trying to show these kids how to drive a stick. Owner comes out yelling, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, this guy. I seen him driving the stick." I mean, the bay was open, the door was open, fucking. So I ran through, acting like a kid I am about fucking fixing cars and shit. So I ended up getting my fucking ass beat. Why screaming, saying, "Hey, I was just showing these kids how to drive a standard. What I was going to. Get the fuck out of here." And then they all had funds. They all fucking punched, kicked me. I got fucking, this kid stayed on top while I'm sitting there screaming, "Hey, I was just showing the kids. I just wanted to show the kids fucking. I seen them driving by. I pulled in like an ass. I was wrong on some things, but then there was other things where it was too far." The kid started gang stomping me right in the face 3 times to finish it as I'm still saying, "Hey, I can't fight a professional fight. I was just showing him. I wanted to show him how to drive a stick." Take a deep breath. Critical thinking. Step back. Think. So yeah, so then I was on. I fucking. I mean, I was doing everything. I mean, I was even huffing fucking stuff you clean your computer with. You know, I was just trying to take away the pain I couldn't afford to go fucking do. So then yeah, and then I ended up fucking had an episode. Probably scared some neighbors, but hey, everything I was saying was correct. Following the American creed, I was going crazy, but I was excessively repeating and honoring the Marine creed, critical breathing, stretching, you know, 1, 2, 3, right salute, 1, 2, 3, three to salute, because just learned that shit in gym class in 4th grade. Oh, you need to drink water. Oh, I be drinking water. You need to fucking this, that, the other. I've been I read more books than video games I played. I look at a book and understand it from common sense. So now here I am going through. I have, this is an LLC I'm starting working on now. Fucking in between while I'm waiting, because now finally, if I didn't have $150 yesterday for self pay because I don't have medical, they wouldn't have done the X-ray on my shoulder. My shoulder is killing me. It's hurting. But hey, guess what? I was brought up. My dad was an ex-Marine, so I went a little excessive with that the other day. But my whole family's part, most of them they were in some form of the military. Got in my genes. Stanley State Police, I think that was a thing, but I don't know. Seemed like incompetence went out the window. Finally went out the window in 82, and I was born in 84. It's a good thing I missed that fucking note. And I'm glad I had great elementary school teachers, because they taught me about the Constitution, the judicial branches, how it works, how it breaks down. Well, I'm incompetent because I noticed that they're gutting the healthcare system, Social Security, this, that, the other, in increments over the time, which I know from experience from being a caretaker at a fucking park. So this is why I'm making this video, to get this fucking clear that I'm not losing my fucking brain. I have a brain. I sleep on a couch, but it's my couch. It's not my fucking mom's couch or parents' couch or whatever fucking couch or basement couch. I put myself on the 3rd floor, so my brother had full immunity on 2nd floor. Got rid of a crackhead that I thought was best friend. Let that be noted. So yeah, here I am going through my shit. So yeah, I got admitted. So I got Section 13 by the state police. I asked them if they recite the American Creed. I mean, I kind of had everybody on 10. But then respect to, I mean, I shit myself. I did, but they did a good pride. They didn't come in. They didn't mangle me out because I put my hands up, said, "Hey, sirs, I'm fucked up," and self acknowledgement, intellectual acknowledgement is actually AI. It's not artificial. So there's that. Let's get that out of the way. But then as I'm sitting there in the bed, I mean, I think it's a good system. It's this system that they have over there. So if you see, you use substance abuse or you have a mental breakdown, because I think it was a little bit of combination of everything. I'm just being honest as a human. So then, yeah, now I'm going through the checks of how they run it and everything. All the bullets and everything, this, that, the other, discharge papers and stuff like that. Nurses were great. This, that, the other. They're trying to give me this shot that would pass me out, which I noticed my brother, or just from other people, I can't even say my brother, but from a lot of people, they give them that shot and then they're foggy. So I didn't take the shot. So they have protocols where if I don't take the oral, I have to get the shot. So no, I said no shot, took the orals, which was, which were the peens. Hold on a second. So I took a lorazepam, pretty much as an intake, and then lorazepam. So those are the first two ones they gave me by thing. Then I denied the shot because I sat there. I recited the creed. You sit there, breathe, 3 deep breaths. Critical think. I'm still mad. Breathe again. You do that 3 times, and then it helps release a fucking chemical in your brain. It's like in the middle of your brain. And it's called, to me, it's critical thinking. That's why everybody's wondering why I'm chilling shit. I fucking think. I acknowledge wisdom from experience and hardships. Now I'm going through another hardship, but now they're just saying, oh, everybody's, I hope you're doing well. You need. I needed a break, dude. But not this type of break where I broke my arm. I needed a break just in a couple days off. Now I'm looking at that 4 to 6 weeks. Like, I broke this collarbone. Got a plate in it, titanium with screws. Oh, that's a fucking note to be added. Has screws in it, right? Where did I put that thing? I'm not even gonna get into it, but it says that the titanium that they're using, I could go through airports. I have a basic metal detector. Hold on, maybe I should. They say to go through fucking PTSD. So this is for checking metals or just looking for looking for a gate underneath 3 inches of grass. This reaches up to 6 probes down 6 inches. But it takes about 2 inches to get to something that you find. But heavier the metal, it'll be easier. So they put, when I had surgery in 2014 on this collarbone, they put a titanium plate in it. And they said, so it would be safer going through airports and then they wouldn't pick up on it. Airport never, I mean, it's obviously I have a broken bone and stuff. But that's weird. These are the screws. So that being said, I mean, that's a whole nother story. Now I'm going insane. But all the medical system's broken. I've been in the system since 2002, 2004, doing medicals and stuff for fighting. I started fighting, professionally fighting in 2006. So that was just basic. Back then it was just eyes, I think blood work, and a physical. Now it's up to a laundry list up to MRI. So the way I look at it, they were so worried about my face and shit because I got kicked in this, that, the other. I already look better. That didn't phase me. It's just the whole pleated thought that fucking People rather throw fists and insults than fucking get educated or fucking read a book. Yeah, I look like a mess. I am a fucking mess. I don't care. And say I'm a part genius or something. I don't. I have a brain that works very proper and by protocol. So when I see stuff, I mean, it's not my fault that I haven't I educated myself throughout the years of when people thought I was just sitting here fucking pulling my pud, which that not referring to poly use disorders. Um, There we are. So now I'm fucking working on that. My physical health. I got an X-ray yesterday. But yeah, I didn't. If I'd have $150, I wouldn't have be able to get that. So that would have left me with just an MRI that they did up at the hospital, which I need an MRI for fighting anyways. They do one every 8 years. So I mean, if I didn't have money, or now it doesn't even come to money, I had no choice, but because they're worried about my face or what was in my brain. I don't know. It's weird that the MRI, as I'm explaining to him, I'm going, that I did this all happened because I was trying to get rid of the pain in my fucking shoulder. Then they're taking an X-ray of my shoulder, so I had to go through my preliminary works, go to my doctors. She's on my fucking doctor's office. I've had them for so long. They're awesome. So yeah, we already know. We talked. This is all to help people mental health too. So I'm going through the preliminary checkpoints as that too. So then basically, if my neighbors, if a friend, anyone needs help, I'm gonna know the exact direct line to the perfect assistance or reality. It all comes down to yourself. You know, I fucked up. I own it. I admit it. Looked in the mirror. I'm the problem. That's on the substance abuse. But when it comes to incompetence and knowledge of law and order and history of, like, you know, I'm getting called a terrorist for posting up a fucking map from the Proclamation of Declaration of the Construction of the Constitution, which was like, you know, it was a 1763. You know what I mean? And I'm getting called a terrorist for putting a post up of that. Like, are we trying to erase history, or what are we doing here? Because that's what I'm noticing in the history book. Same with looking up Miata. You know, they changed the thing. They keep on changing it. It's not a BM. It's not a fucking German-made or Italian sports car. That it was based as a Euro, but it was a Japan A-Spec racing car. And then on top of that, if you look deeper, which it won't let you go deeper now, Miata is the first indigenous woman birth ever. This is down South Africa, but it won't let me even get to that. So hopefully I can find that amongst my pictures and stuff. Because I mean, I took screenshots and stuff. Government's invading our fucking privacy in every form of the way they can. And I noticed that, you know, and the database, I mean, the medical database, I tested it. I seen help my brother out. And then nonetheless, now I'm going through it. I'm doing it on purpose, not purpose, but to help a lot too, because I think a lot of the EMT, a lot of the basic service lawmen are getting disrespected and noted as stickered ICE, which ICE is, you know, if you actually fucking did the research and looked, you know, it's subcontracted, labeled by government, but that's only because of branches. Some entities are tied to it. Oh, yeah, I'm using big words. Oh my god, I must be acting wrong. But the thing that hurts me is I'm blocking people left and right. You know, oh yeah, take time, get your brain straight, or this, that. No, that's just pissing me off, is hearing that shit. Or like, you okay? You alright, buddy? I'm sorry, I ain't just posting dumb shit memes, and I'm posting stuff about constitutional rights and our basic laws and orders, and then placements, you know. I ended up getting sectioned by the police or whatever, but I mean, I did guidelines, so I did those two pills that they gave me by oil. Then I kept on denying that shot because I see it just puts people in a fog, and then it just, you know, it just leaves them stuck. So I didn't do the shot because I was fully aware of what I was doing, where I was doing, how fucked up I was, owning it. You know, I shit myself on the way, and I was in just complete embarrassment. But I'm not embarrassed to admit it. So that, and then I've been watching, you know, don't worry, the janitor will get it. You know, after I blew up their toilet and left a fucking mess. I go, no, as a service provider myself, I mean, I worked at a bar where I'd have to clean up shit for an extra $20 just to get, you know, extra $20, you know. So here we are, fucking. So now that's another embarrassment tacked onto my acknowledgement. But then, no one could receive any of the American creeds. They all had respect for me, though. I respect them too because they're doing their job. I mean, if you guys had seen me, I mean, I was huffing fucking, you name it, I was tasting it. I indulged in some fucking substance that I got a while back. Fucking smoking, whatever. This has nothing to do with weed and CBC. It was fucking higher and more potent and stuff. But yeah. So I'm here to share this story and clear the air real quick so people ain't thinking I'm fucking losing my mind or whatever. So I need this break anyways. I gotta fix my vehicles. I need to go through my receipts. I gotta go through my life that I still haven't gone through and I have unpacked. And from living in a house 18 years, I only threw what was not good in a dumpster and moved to the house and put myself on the 3rd floor. So kind of my brother had a apartment with full amenities. And then we just got away from Winchendon and my whole past life. Yeah, I know. I just woke up Saturday morning. Just checking it in. The twin flame. Oh my God. So yeah, this going on, fucking. So then next thing you know, I had to take blood. So I let them do blood work because I was admitting that I was under a bunch of substance. Well, guess what? Blood work came back and, oh, he's telling the truth. He's really fucked up. But I'm holding composure. I'm fucking using my critical thinking. And I like their process. They made an emergency. So they made the old ER emergency place. So if you have drug substance or you're losing mind or you have a family member losing mind, you bring them right there. It's almost like a triage for mental evaluation, perfectly set up. Because then when I was laying in the bed, I noticed one side wasn't finished, wasn't undone. But then on the other side, the wall was all nice and nice and clean, redone. Right there, as I'm thinking and breathing, looking at my wristband, I'm like, well, it's either I can sit here relishing this bullshit, the mess that I created, and say, start pointing the finger and blaming people, or I look at the brighter side, I get right on it and fix it, and then I have a nice finished painted stuff, which you can tell I had tape up and nothing perfect. This house was built when 1751. The house I live in. It doesn't have an underground railroad, but it has a bunch of little nooks and crannies. It seems like the old attic space, and it's just all old and crusty and moldy. And roof leaks. Like, it's not a perfect place, but I love this place. I feel like I have more privacy here than when I lived on the pond where I used to live. And it just has history of this is where Indians were, and this is part of one of the first pushes of the colonized as us today, United States of America. When they made the Constitution, they made it, equal rights for everybody as an uncommon man in a common land. But lately now, with having a brain and knowing a little bit of history, you become the uncommon man in the common land, or a common man in the uncommon land. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my brain. Wait, hold on. All right, so back to the database. I've been in the system for a while doing all these checks and fighting professionally, independently. I'm doing my own independent investigation, kinda. But at the same time, it's gonna help me help my friends, because you don't know how many times I've helped people. And then I lost a lot of friends to opiate abuse and drugs, and I'm lucky to still be alive myself, even after the other night, because I think the shit was laced or whatever. But I didn't say any names. I just, they know what the fuck, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking, that's what they're using our database for. So I'm not in the system. But I'm standing here. You guys, now it comes down to, like, you guys watch me go to work every day. I work 14 to 16 hours a day on a regular, 6-7 days a week. I don't care. It keeps my mind busy. It keeps me out of my head. It keeps me moving. It keeps the wheel moving. It keeps the infinity cycle going, as in you're helping somebody, it's feeding kids, it's feeding your own family, your fallback plan, considering you don't have one, just yourself. Yeah. So, sitting there with a wristband. I'm a visitor with no name, this, that, the other. But then the other one, which I brought that to my family physician, you had to run numbers, I had to tell her the date, when it happened, how it happened. So I had to re-share my story, which, for some people, it's hard to keep repeating themselves when it should be already plugged into the system that we have, right? Our database for medical systems. So why are they using it to purge people out of homes and addresses and personal information, but they're not using it to better the community and make the nurses' jobs easier, make the doctors' jobs easier, make the officers' jobs easier, and then never mind, make me as the citizen job easier. Because why should I have to remember? Because then I have one from my day after my birthday where I accidentally cut myself with a razor knife, replacing a tarp on a caretaker of a lady that takes care of a lady that I was a caretaker and I did her lawn and everything for years. We were best friends. See, so I'm like, I'm kind of going against these preliminary guidelines, but then at the same time, these guidelines are in place for physicians, doctors, our men in blue, our doctors, government, governors, state, deep state, United States Constitution, free will, freedom of speech, civil rights, just the basic amenities that we all enjoy and have fun with. But it seems like they're having freaking they're having problems with dividing or seeing dividing and using each entity as in it's all underneath one man, or it seems to be. Where is it? And I'm going crazy. When in reality, I'm just I can't afford to miss work, and then here I am now with a broken shoulder, and then I used a bunch of poly. I basically crossed a bunch, which created a what's that called? A speedball effect. More than two combined poly products, or it's just two. It only takes two to have a speedball effect, which equals into a blackout rage. I had a controlled blackout rage, enough to where, if it was uncontrolled, I'd probably be wrestling. I would have wrestled the cops in my front yard, would have got tased, would have got brutally fucking more beat than like I did in the scenario the day before, the day up, the same day, where I was going to show some kids how to drive a standard, and I got my face kicked in and still didn't fight back. I did, I went on somebody's property without knocking, I guess, but the doors were wide open, and I seen kids out there trying to drive a standard truck. I mean, just innocent American thing. But by law, not my property. Should have reapproached. Should have did it differently. But I was not in my full state of mind, so I admit to that. I mean, it wasn't like I was incapable of drive. I mean, I was more fucking hyper up. I mean, I was pounding energy drinks too, and more than I was just go mode, like a fucking machine. Which I am a machine, still broken, still moving it, because I know if you don't keep the body moving it, and then I didn't have money, so I kept it moving and circulating. So that hurt more to work through the pain. Still hurts. I say I start crying. That'd be a man thing to do, and not afraid to do it. Oh, fucking pussy calling names, fucking crying, fucking. I think the people men that can't are afraid to cry in front of people. Men are afraid to say that they're educated and they stand for something. Those are the simps. Because I mean, if you rather just go with the flow, and now the cool thing is now it's like I don't fit in if I'm racist or thinking that there's a bunch of people out there kill us. When you look in my news feed, it's usually some white old dude or white chick doing some crazy shit. But then I look around at all these crazy illegals or aliens. I still haven't seen ET. A lot of these illegal alien or immigrants, they're not illegal aliens, they're immigrants. Never given proper. They're afraid to do due process. Who would want to do it now when you're seeing ICE shooting people in the head, and they just put them in concentration camps, or detention camps, or detention centers that are everywhere. It's kind of scary to think that it's like early 1930 Germany's just unfolding slower than usual. Cults. And then I'm losing my mind because I have intellectual knowledge, how to break things down. Oh, it says. Never mind, I have friends of service. I may have not won every fight and been a field MMA, but I'll tell you what I was more proud of I was helping my friends, brothers, and the people I met along the like, whether they were ex-soldiers in the military. This one's another alike. I helped a lot of my friends become top rank in their, whether they're Army, Navy, correctionals, or even if they just needed to get in physical shape to get to those points, to get the checkpoint, to get the job. I was able to help them fill in their criteria or give them some, food of thought to where to aim. And for that, it ain't up to me. And I also taught them that, hey, not everyone's gonna be like me when it's nice. When it comes nice, when we're sparring, I go, when you go into the Army or when you go to train with other people, these guys aren't gonna look at you as a friend. They're gonna look at you, life or death, and that's even just being your own neighbor or a student in your own class. So I always took that into play, and everybody always thought I was the best. I gave you guys the picture you guys wanted painted. I sold you guys an American dream, making everybody feel rich when they're poor. I was the poorest, but I relished in my. It's not even trash. I have a lot of good, useful stuff. I'm finding tons of books that I'll be able to sell. I'm going to Reddit soon again. Gonna fire that engine back up because I have no choice. So I gotta take time off from not right. No, I gotta take time off so I can fix my fucking vehicles, and then get my life in order, and then try to fire up this LLC that kind of started acquired last year by someone I only knew a fucking week helped me set it up. Goes to show. Doesn't matter how long you fucking know someone. You don't fucking know them. I've had many people I've only known for days that would support me more than someone who would for 20 years. That's the problem we have today. Yeah, sorry. That person was Vietnamese. It's called the American Creed, I think a lot of people need to get familiar, and it's more than one form. It means every type of form. Critical thinking, breathing, exercise, 3 meals a day. I mean, I was in Dunkin' Donuts the other day, waiting in line, getting a frozen coffee with caramel, a breakfast sandwich with, I ordered my sandwich. I'm wearing one of my shirts. It says, protected, it's one of those bare knuckle fucking shirts. But I have a kid in the back of me. And he looked like he almost was like one of those fucking chodes. But he's telling me, oh, he knows I'm broken and stuff. I already lost weight. He just lost weight probably for the first time in his life in 47 days. Hint. Or whatever, short time. Yeah, dude, just eat meat. That's all you need is just meat. I looked at this kid and I go, who are you to just come out of the blue and tell me what I need for a fucking diet when I have a broken bone? When I have clavicle, where I switched, me and my doctor, great doctor, orthopedist out of Haywood Hospital in Gardner, or however you pronounce it. I'm not a doctor, like I said, just PH in my name. Could be philosophy. I don't know. Or just paraphrasing. I don't know. Just being smart. And now people think something's wrong with me. Why? Because I talk over your incompetence of knowledge and acknowledgement from self-experience and just reading books, knowing history. Don't even need a fucking phone. Just where it all is. Social society trash. Throw away society. Right here in a box. And it's basic privacy at the same time. So I broke everything. I broke all my TVs, Xbox. To me, they're useless. This distraction from the real work. Hands you need to do a work. Me, can't say I'm a master mechanic. Can't say I'm a master carpenter. Can't say I'm a master anything. Say I'm a jack of all trades, but really I'm Stangle of all trades. Usually, if you ever worked with me or acknowledged me, I'm pretty precise with proper planning and working as a team. So that being said, moving forward, a lot of people might, what's it, where we're getting at 29 minutes might be too long in your fucking day because I'm taking away from your time from being the racist and incompetent person, just shitting on somebody and making memes, which I started doing and I was doing. I mean, I'm done making, shit posts. I mean, it's for simple comedy in mind, but now it's getting to whiteface and blackface and divide We need diversity. Right now, all I see is trash. Not even in my own house. I mean, yeah, it's trash. I'm sorting through my shit. It's like sorting through my brain. Find all my models that ex-girlfriends would just smash into one of my boxes. And I gotta fix them for like the 5th time. I used super glue last time. But they probably didn't like it because they didn't have the patience to probably do it themselves. So they just smash it in a box, put it aside, set up their own shop, and gaslight me for not cheating and working every day. It's sad. You know, I've been through it all, pillow talking, this crap, that crap. That's why maybe I'm here. Maybe I'm going through this thing so I can help other people out. Because that's what I'm kind of doing now, is going through those protocols. So now I got my x-ray, but if I didn't have $150 being self-pay, good luck. Then I'd be, guess I'd be opening up a GoFundMe to get me my medicals paid, which I've seen a lot of that. That's why I don't see why people ain't seeing eye to eye with me. That if their family's like fighting cancer, this, that, the other, they're starting GoFundMes, or the shelters and veterans, and it's GoFundMe donating. So the taxpaying Americans has to donate to their own family, or even if an officer lost his life in their family. Families have hardship. It's like we're based off now. We have to get donations from families around neighborhoods. But what was the government designed to do? What was all those pensions and everything he paid into the system? FML, fucking. There's so many things with work things. I mean, they make all these doctrines. They make all these approvals and all these, protocols you got to follow, whether it's on the right side or the left side of the law. And it comes down to human intellectual intelligence, really. Because if you run around incompetent without knowing law and order and this, that, the other, man, you look just like a dumb racist motherfucker to me. Or not even that. Just pure ignorant and bliss of not educating yourself and not using AI the way it was built. Our libraries, they started getting those in the early 1900s too, just like competence. That was, the deep state of school systems. Well, that competence went really downhill in 1982. So you can look this up too. You know what I mean? This is off my brain. So you guys think I'm insane too, but I mean, you can look up the dates and it's coming pretty close. Actually, if I'm off, it's kind of cool because then you have to go look it up. Then if I'm off, you're like, no, he was wrong. Then what? I'm off a year or two? You're learning. So yeah, as I'm going and relishing through my trash, or you would think trash, finding old books that I read, a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I might just start fucking teaching history on Facebook. Or just competence levels of the basic law and order and stuff. I mean, I don't pay, I owe taxes, this, that, the other. I can afford that too. I'm a single dependent, no kids. Independent, pretty much everything. Independent fighter. I started off on a team, which got me going, which I wholeheartedly appreciate those men to the fullest. Took my losses in stride. Fell positive forward. I ain't afraid to tell. I ain't afraid to admit it. I ain't afraid to show what I've taught, what I've learned off of it. Almost every job I was in construction, I became foreman or a leader. If not, I really went. As soon as everybody said no one had toes around me, I said, fuck that. Half those people were there longer than me, knew a lot more in different areas of that job than me, pertaining to the job. So, nope, we're a team. If anything, I'm going to respect you guys more, because if I don't respect you guys more, then how are we ever going to get anything done together? And that's the first thing of being a leader, too, is acknowledging that you're not better than anyone else. And I know I'm not better than anyone else. I mean, one thing I'm good at, no, is realizing my own bullshit, looking in the mirror saying I was the problem. Which, yeah, I was a problem on that substance, the poly abuse, on everything else that I'm following up with and going each avenue. I ain't the problem. I fix my problems properly. You're afraid to show it. Inspire, not influence a brain dead thought of being ignorant. It's really easy. I mean, you guys sit there, you fucking know everything, but everybody's afraid that I lost all my keys. I keep spares and copies. I'm a service guy. The keys are this spot. I bought this off of Amazon, 50 key set, massive key set it's like, to be reliable or reliant. Oh, this is for the kid earlier. Oh, you lose your 10 millimeter? Oh, but I got that keychain too from 880. I put that on my keychain because you always lose that one. So this one's a ratchet socket. So my brain's always working very well, even through that episode. Enough to where I got section 13. I was out the next day because I passed the medical checks even without taking the shot. I had to take the blood work, and I just admitted to it was my fault. But then I also was checking. I stood up on them because, we kicked out an old roommate that was our first supposed brother. He's fucking crackhead, just starting shit. That's money. This is enough bullshit. Just done with dealing with people bullshit. Incompetence due to the law and order and the Constitution. So this video could be for some of you fucking dummies. Because, if you want to just cause, if you want to continue going down this path, you might as well just be racist and incompetent. Because those are the only two things really that seem to be trying to be winning right now. Then Trump was trying to get our local law enforcement, instead of probably dying, to be fucking saying what I've been saying. They can't because it's because of the laws. Same with a lot of militaries. They can't talk about politics. So I'll fucking say it for you because I'm just an independent, second-born Native American. Yeah, I learned that in history in like 3rd and 4th grade. We're not conquerors. We're colonizers that inherited, or we conquered enough land. However it worked out, you got to look at you got to see how it was built and how it is today. Still, where the natives now are in their own little camps and sections by ordered native, almost like historical property. You know what I mean? Don't want to dig up histories. We don't want them to know what really happened here. You know what I mean? That's kind of what they're doing with the natives here. As soon as this office administrator came back in the office, you go to certain government sites, they show that. They went right after the native lands that, where doctrines or whatever, how you want to implement it. I got a new number. Paid rent yesterday. No shit on my page. And then, $130 electric. It's not on my name. It's, and then the Impossible Burger, vegan burger. Oh, should I eat just said meat, red meat, or just eat meat? Yeah, that was really prude of that man, or boy, because it looked like he just left his house for once. It looks like he finally lost weight for the first time in his life, and then just looking at his eyes, it almost looked like he was he got that 10K bonus and some tinted windows. Another thing too, where's all these people getting these tinted? Like who's making millions of dollars on window tint? Because I know there's a lot of darker than usual tinted windows where cops would be usually, if that was me, I know cops would be pulling me over saying that I know you can have privacy on certain windows, but there's other windows where I know I'd get pulled over and be called out for it. I'm thinking about spray painting my windows fucking black. Helen Keller. Oh man, I think I just lost my brain. No, I'm joking. But another thing, Helen Keller, there's more to that story. I remember watching the movies and stuff, seeing her spaz out, and they drug her. Yeah. So they could rape her and take advantage of her. And that's why she was losing her mind. And then she had intellectual knowledge that you can't form by seeing, believing, touching, and feeling. But they want to erase that out of that too. That's enough for today. I'm going to go back to acting blind, clean, relishing in my trash, which actually you'll find a lot of cool stuff and useful stuff. And then, I'd probably get back to Rieta as soon as Well, I mean, I don't know. It might be sooner than later since I'm fucking broke and don't have health insurance or anything to fall back on. So there's that. That's my American creed. So I'm gonna figure it out and yeah, keep working diligently on my own life, minding my own fucking business. Why helping everybody, helping anyone that might need help or anything? Because now I'm finding avenues. I'm finding my avenues for help, self help. Because I'm not a man of usually asking for help, but this is a point where I'm like, oh shit. Now it's I might have to use hardship Social Security, so I'll see how that works too. Considering I don't have yeah, I don't have much, but I do have a brain, a heart, two hands, and I'm happy because I'm still alive. And I wish people would get on the same page and start using AI and just start using their brain and read books and history before they start fucking not knowing what words mean and then treat people like shit or like slaves or whatever, however you want to feel like, you know what I mean? Just for 10K or 50K bonus or dream of being fucking cop. Like, bye.